What? Yo, who was that? ATL show coming live. People about the world. Know that we a show. We got Theological, Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over for the ATL show.
Naya, what?
The ATL show's on, duh. Get out! Get out!
Naya, it's supposed to be for adults only. It's supposed to be.
ATL, they're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, T Savage, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best at this shit, that's fact. And there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay, I'm the best you ever catch, just spell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if you come for 28, then shit get gritty. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Even dead on the scene, since you wanna be actors. Just the message. I'm talking open hills and things. The schools over feeling foggy. I'll be patient and waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one, just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. I'm on against team. Must be you ready to lose. The game, the street, the zone is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from the rapper. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot.
ATL,
Just-in-time accessories. We definitely have the bling and everything in between. Just-in-time accessories. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. You can find Tayama on Instagram at Tayama01 or Facebook Tayama Copeland or 954-873-6659 or justintimeaccessories@gmail.com or the website justintimeaccessories.com. Everything is only $5. All jewelry is nickel and lead free. You can find Tayama live on her page, Tayama Copeland. Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out.
Make sure you go over to Goli.com and get your Goli gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to GoliGummies.com, make sure you use the ATL as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they're a source of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious, it's Goli.
Good evening. Get in here. I tell you, get in here. Welcome to the Anthony Brown Show. I'm your truly Mr. Anthony Brown. And if you're new to this channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. We're on our road to 7,000 subscribers. I think right now we're at about 6,500 and something. So go ahead and hit that subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. And most of our viewers, about 60-70% of our viewers, are not yet subscribed. So what are you afraid of? And comment below. And if you comment, we will respond to your comments. And hit the like button. We appreciate it so much. I'm joined tonight by my sister, the very beautiful, the very lovely Miss Tyson Mama, Tiama Sweetness.
Hey, everybody.
And of course, I'm joined by my brother from another, the pain in my side, the thorn in my back, a headache, runs my pressure up on a daily. But I love him dearly and wouldn't change him for nothing in the world, Mr. Legacy the Great.
ATL, ho!
And of course, we have the my son from the Midwest. If he could stop chewing for just 1 second. All the way from Texas, where they say in Texas, everything is bigger. Mm-hmm. We have Mr.
Well,
Tito
it is.
from the chill zone. We got a young lady here with the finest and juiciest cakes on the East Coast.
Yes.
Miss Juicy Cakes.
Blessings, everyone.
Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
What are you eating down now?
What am I eating? Oh no, I didn't have. I stopped. It was just popcorn.
I'm just asking you what are you eating. We're having a conversation.
Oh, it was popcorn with dill pickle seasoning on it. Oh yes.
That sounds like a pregnant. It's like a pregnant.
Okay.
I love dill pickle chips. I love dill pickle popcorn, dill pickle corn nuts. I love dill pickle everything. I am a dill pickle fanatic.
I just got one word for you. Yuck.
My dill pickle.
How's it going, Miss Juicy Cakes?
It's going well. I'm trying to get this phone to stand still.
Remedy said, "Hi everyone. Hey wifey."
Hey,
Hey, Remy.
Hey, Remy.
Hey, boo.
Jeanette
Love
Brown
you,
said,
baby.
"Yes."
Hey, Nick.
Welcome to the show tonight.
No. I guess when I turn my phone and turn the camera, I be sideways, huh?
When you turn it sideways, let me see.
Yeah.
Am I upside down?
You leaning on the everlasting on.
Ishatata.
Bye.
That's good.
That's good.
Jeanette Brown says, "Hey y'all."
How you doing?
ATL, ho!
Hey ex-wife, how you doing?
You can't be calling our viewers hoes.
I didn't call nobody no hoe. Not now person.
Oh.
Darnisha says, "Hey y'all."
Hey, Darnisha. Hey, TL, ho!
See, there you go. You calling people hoes.
I just said the slogan.
You can't help it.
You can't help it.
Legacy. Hey, TL, ho!
If you hoarse tonight, you sound a little hoarse. I'm gonna need you to get some bass in that voice. Praise God.
I'll tighten it up, Donella.
Yeah, I need to get a little more bass in there tonight, brother. That's a little high pitched.
What's going on, Miss Tyson Mama?
Oh, this big number one that's coming.
You got 10 more days before he's 1 year old?
What? Y'all, it's been, man, this year flew so quick.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
It's like it was only yesterday that you was pushing him out.
Okay. Live on the podcast, Mother's Day.
I'm so glad he out because I caught a lot of hell.
You know what, Legacy, you did. I was throwing darts at your butt like you was the daddy.
I the uncle.
Listen, you was getting on my nerves like no tomorrow.
Say what, Tony?
Murray said you are not the father.
I am the uncle.
Man. Then we got my nephew. They had to bang him up. So, honey, It's a lot going on right now, man. A lot. But we still here.
We still here.
Still here. You hear me?
I tell everybody, you know, this is my advice to everybody, and I like to throw out some gems every now and then. You know, the fact that you woke up this morning, and the fact that you're still on this side of the dirt,
Yep.
as opposed to the other side,
Sir.
that tells you one thing, that God ain't through with you.
You hear me?
He has so much more in store for you.
I am still
You know,
here.
all you gotta do is just go out and do what it is that God has for you to do. And if you haven't figured it out yet, then seek Him, seek His face, seek an answer.
Well, I'm glad that I'm still glad to be on this other side, but I've done a lot of bad stuff, and I'm wondering if he still got a few ass whippings for me. Cause I hope it's all good. That I'm still.
He may very well have a few ass whippings for you. Best what he ain't gonna put no more on you than you think you can bear.
And then you can bear it. You hear me? Cause I done listen, and this year I done had some whoopings this year. So
once the ass whoopings are over, only thing you gotta do is once the ass whoopings are over, just walk forth in your destiny.
Shake it off.
Yeah, it's
Keep on
too
going.
funny, and I can't.
But the thing you can always say is, I am still here, and it's by the grace of God.
Yes, it is.
That's it. That's it.
Yes, it is.
Whatever God you serve, we may not all serve the same, but whatever higher power you serve, you can say, I am still here, and it's by the grace of God.
I like that.
Still here. Still here.
In a minute. He's shutting up.
Yeah, so funny.
Oh, I tell you. Again, I just want to remind everybody, definitely hit that subscribe button. Please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe till you can't do it anymore. Just subscribe. It costs you nothing. You know, I want to reach 10,000 before the end of the year, but definitely we're on our road to 7,000. That's our next goal. You know, we just reach milestones.
Let's get it.
So right now we're like I said, about 6,500 or so. So let's hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, what I need all the viewers to do is hit the share button, so that shares it on your social media, so that your friends and family can see what's going on, all the craziness. You know, I mean, why enjoy all this by yourself? Share this with your family.
Right. Please share it.
Just share it until you can't share no more. Please.
18 and older.
Yes.
I have a question of the day, and this came from Judge Judge Mathis.
Okay.
Him again.
Yes.
All right. The question of the day: my ex could be my dad. What do you do? Investigate it or leave it alone?
Damn. Obviously it would maybe this is a woman's.
Say it again.
The question of the day is: my ex could be my dad. What would you do? Investigate it or leave it alone?
There's a situation on the judge show where the young lady, she said she's not. It was 2-part, so we only saw the part 1. Part 2 hasn't been figured out yet. But part 1 is she's saying that the guy that she dated once upon a time, who she's no longer with, she feels that could have
has dug in her guts.
Which means he's dug in them guts, because if they dated, they've had sex.
Yeah.
More likely. So now she's wondering if that's her dad.
So a few things that I can see is this young lady like older men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She likes older men, and if this is possible, I think if you, regardless if he's dug in your guts, dug in your ass, in the back of your throat, regardless if he's done any of that, you really you need to investigate, because you need to know that, for one,
who your dad is.
Who your dad is. 2, if he preyed on you, because he needs to be killed him damn self. Because if he knew that he was his daughter and pursued her anyway, because they had a non-contact, never known, relationship, then he's very nasty.
He didn't know. Neither one of them knew.
Okay, so if that's the
How
case,
it came
then
about now?
right,
Like,
how did she? What makes her think that's her father?
The aunt,
Wait.
family members starting to circulate and starting to say things, and you hearing things.
Well,
So
you
they
know what?
saw
Then them family members should have said something from get up. That should have been addressed, not even investigated. That should be already been spoken about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the family fault.
I agree with Juicy on that.
Go beat all your family up.
But what I don't know is how you gonna live with you suck your own daddy dick.
Oh,
Ugh.
God. Get up
How you gonna deal with your daddy?
All the popcorn I done ate finna come up.
Your daddy re-skeeted he re-skeeted. He skeeted in your mama, then he re-skeeted in his daughter. You a re-skeeter.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
Just
Legacy, what are we to do with you? Father God.
Skeet.
He re-skeeted.
Goddamn, skeet, goddamn.
He
Yeah.
re-skeeted.
I feel like if she investigate, it may mentally mess her up.
Mm-hmm.
It could mentally mess her up. And if she don't investigate, it's going to bother her for the rest of her life because in her heart she believes that this person already is her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some pictures may have come about of her. But one thing I know about kids, you almost can see your significant other in your child. Naya, a lot of people say Naya looks like me. But to me, I can see her mom in her. You understand? I definitely can see her mother in her. So, if the dad even had any inclination that, that was his child and he still went through with it. Because don't we ask, especially if
Why
you
they
are,
broke up?
it don't say. But I can see myself, if you grew up, you ask, who are your parents? What's your parents' name? And let's say her mama name was Jolie, and her mama from Arkansas, and that's where they met at. And he asked her because she's a younger lady, what's your mother's name? Or what's your father's name? I never met him. Well, what's your mom's name? Oh, Jolie. His mind is going to think about the Jolie that he slept with, regardless if it is the same person.
Mm-hmm.
If he say Jolie Hammersham, and that's the person, he could have, let's say her mom is married to a different man now, and it's Jolie, her maiden name was Jolie Hammersham. If she say Jolie Williams and Akron, Ohio, you've been in Akron, Ohio, and you dated a Jolie. The next question that man should ask is what? What's her maiden name? Oh, Hammersham. Bitch, if you don't get away from this table.
You my daughter.
You my daughter, you young fuck. Call your mama back here right now.
Why she gotta be names when he the one out there with her? What is he, an old fuck?
Of course.
Yeah, old perverted.
Yeah,
old perverted F.
But D, we can't say if he perverted because what if she pursued him? What do you think about that, D?
That's true. It could be.
I just think we can't be afraid to ask questions on dates. We can't be afraid, especially, you meet somebody and they, came from the same era that your mom and dad came up in, or, like my mom grew up in a small town in Georgia called Brooks County. And my granddad had 30-some kids.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Say what, Tony?
Papa was indeed a Rolling Stone.
My granddad had like 30-something kids. And
But if your town's small and he had 30-something kids, he had half the town.
Put Juice ass in the back, in the corner, Tony. Don't you ever get on here and talk about my granddad. But listen, for real though, listen. When my
I was
mama,
just
my
trying to tell you, don't say no more.
I ain't the same. My granddaddy dropped dick in him. So
he was dropping it.
He was dropping it. You hear me? He would drop. He would have dropped. He was dropping it left, right, sideways, upways, curved.
They have no TV. They could have had no TV back then.
Golly, he
But
was
listen though, listen. So my grandmother had like 20 odd kids, and maybe about a mile and a half down the road was the other lady who had the rest of them.
Now pause for a moment, because in the mild radius, that's almost a whole nother town.
Jeanette said, "I like that, Juicy."
But for real, that could be a whole nother town. Like here in DC, a mile is northeast, and some people don't come on northwest from northeast, so they ain't never even talked to the other side.
True.
And then they bump into each other in the store, and they sisters and brothers.
But I'm gonna tell you this story. So, growing up, you know, Brooks County. I grew up in Valdosta, Georgia. Brooks County is about 18 miles, 20 miles from Valdosta. So as I got older, my mother forbid me to go to Brooks County and talk to any female. And I just didn't understand why. But she was like, you got a lot of cousins over there that you don't know and that I don't know. And I don't want you sleeping with now one of your cousins. And I'm like, I already know a lot of my cousins. My granddaddy got like all y'all, so I know all. She was like, no. Remember all them other people that came to your granddaddy's funeral? I was like, it was about 14, 15 of them. She was like, yeah, them my brothers and sisters. Those are my. And I was like, granddaddy had more kids? And she was like, yeah, your granddaddy had a lot of children. And
he had 31, right?
Like 32, 33, minus deducting the one that, you know, didn't really live long, but they made it. But my granddad, you just gotta be careful because it happened to me. I never, you know, I almost had an encounter with one of my cousins. It just so happened that God stepped in and switched partners with me that night. Cause I was already on the dance floor. I'm talking about backing that ass up and everything with it all night until a little slimmer chick came along that was her homegirl. I ended up liking her more, and the dude that I was hanging with ended up with the other girl I was dancing with, and we went home from the club, spent the night. We went and took them back home, and the next when we got to that morning, you know, we go in the house and she introduces us to her mom, and the lady is just like looking at me. And she was like, hey, how y'all doing? We were like, okay. And I'm ready to go. And she was like, looking at me, I'm like, ma'am, do you know me? She was like, baby, you look so familiar. I said, oh. She said, who your mama is? I said, Josie. She said, Josie Williams. I said, yes. She said, which one of them you was with? Which one of them you was with? I said, what you mean by with, ma'am? Did y'all spend the night with each other? I said, yeah. She said, which one of these girls you laid with?
She know y'all fucking.
I said, that one right there. She just fell on the floor. Oh, God, thank you. Thank you. And I'm like, I'm thinking the lady finna tell me that if I would have messed with her daughter, she had AIDS and, you know, some stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh, I'm just so glad. I'm so glad you was with her. And I was like, why, what's wrong? My partner looking crazy and scared. She was like, that's your cousin right there. I like my cousin. She was like, yeah, your mama named Josie Williams, and you got an uncle named Blase, 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 and all. I was like, yeah, them my uncles. How you know them? She said, I know them because they daddy named Maceo Henry Williams, right? I said, yeah. She said, that's my daddy. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, I'm talking about I was all on the ground on top of the girl and everything. I just knew I was finna bust them chocolate cheeks that night.
Mm.
We just looked at each other. I said, yeah, by the grace of God. By the grace of God, you ain't carry your cousin, baby.
Okay.
Yes.
That was nothing but the Lord. That was nothing but
yes.
the Lord. Yeah, Tony, you should have put what's Shibios. Yeah, that went right there. That was worth the praise break right there. That was the word,
So
that the Lord covered you, brother.
So part 2 of this judge situation is supposed to be coming up. So when it comes, Miss Jeanette, she's gonna enlighten us what the outcome was.
So she has the dad on the show, the dude on the show.
Yes, in their favor, they resemble. But he don't remember the mama because I guess the parents was on drugs.
So they're doing a DNA test. So are they doing a DNA test?
Yes.
So did Judge Mathis ask the hard question? Like, did y'all sleep together?
Yep.
He did?
Yeah, He said it, yeah. And he said, so that's why y'all here. And they was like, yeah.
See?
Yeah,
Come on. I think you older than me, and you were thought pocketing it before I ever even took out a pocket.
Legacy, the original thought pocket. Yes, the original thought pocket, not hot pocket, but thought pocket. Thought pocket.
Oh man, see, listen. Do you know I can't even imagine having created a little girl. Left for years till she's grown, and then run back into her.
Monica Cole said, "Hello, everybody."
Hey, Miss Cole.
It may not be his daughter. We don't know yet until part 2.
I understand, but I'm hoping that it ain't. But I couldn't even fathom if that happened with me. My penis would probably draw back up and become a vagina.
You hear me? All the way. Look, it was sucked back up. Balls would go up. Everything just
I would become a whole girl. I wouldn't even want to be a boy anymore.
Go and give me some skirts and everything, boy. Just call it a day. 6-inch heels, 7-inch.
Yeah. I'm just gonna become. I would have became a nun, and nobody would ever saw me again.
You hear me?
I would have been forever in the Catholic church. In the Catholic church, throwing holy water on my penis.
You know, you could be a Morris. You ain't got to go that far, because you can't be a priest. Yes, you can be a priest if you've had sex. You can't be a nun if you've had sex. You can't be a nun. You can be a priest.
You can be a nun if you've had sex. They've changed the rules in the Catholic Church.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, I think they did, Juicy, because there's a lot of women.
But you have to be repentant about it, and you have to basically apologize to the Catholic Church.
But D, let me ask you a question.
They ain't changed the rules. They just accepting it of people sinning.
But D, let me ask you a question.
But the rules
on top of what Juicy's saying, let me ask you a question on top of what Juicy's saying with that. But what if you was a virgin and you got married, and then you decided that you don't want to be married anymore, but you've only been with one man, and that was through marriage? Why would you have to apologize to the Catholic Church if that's how you did it?
But your divorce in the Catholic Church would be governed by the Bible's orders of divorce.
Yeah, for them,
they look
down on divorce. Divorce is like the worst thing you can do.
And the real Roman, the real Catholic churches that like still practice it and really like they don't tolerate, like those nuns ain't having sex.
Look at this. You got your vape, right? Legacy. My vape green, so you can't see because of my green screen and my background. You can't see
I
my
see it.
vape.
Yeah, I see your hand waving something.
Yeah, you can see straight through my vape because it's green.
Yeah. But Tony, how would you, Tony, before we move forward, how would you address it?
I would want to know,
Oh.
not so much this. I would want to know. I would want to know if I slept with my father. I would want to know who my father is, because she doesn't know who her father is.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, in knowing who he is, she may also find out that she slept with her father, because it might be him.
But how would you deal with he skeeted?
I mean, it happened. It's the past. There's nothing I can do.
They gonna just have to call you ATL ho.
You need help. Serious help.
I'm sure. In your horism that you slept with somebody that you was related to and probably didn't know.
Okay, I can't say that that's not possible, but until that comes to the forefront, I haven't.
In all actuality, we all are related because we all came from Adam and Eve.
Oh shit.
Now you don't went here. Now you don't went there. Now you don't went there. You nasty.
There y'all go.
But I've always thought about that because I'm trying to figure out. I've always tried to figure out. Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel.
Mm-hmm.
Cain killed Abel.
Mm-hmm.
Adam and Eve was still out there. How did we populate the earth?
Cain and Abel slept with their mama.
Only Cain could have slept with her.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's a part where it says, when God says, where's your brother? He goes, am I my brother's keeper? So out of discipline, God sent him into the wilderness where he found his wife. So there was another woman on the earth that was already out there.
But guess who they say that woman was? Lilith, the first woman who God made before Eve.
The first woman, Lilith. So
which was made the same way that Adam was made, from the dirt and not from the real.
Right. So everybody forgets about Lilith, though. They do.
So he went and found his wife, had children. Adam and Eve was having children.
And then we crossbred.
Mm-hmm.
So the darkness slept with the light.
Right.
Yeah. But that's why a lot of people, and not to just dwell on that, a lot of people do not, especially when you're dealing with just, what is the proper word? They're not a Christian.
Jezebel?
Christian theology. Christian theology.
Right.
A lot of people do not, in the Christian theology, will not recognize that Lilith came before Eve.
Kamal says, I can't even believe that you're trying to make sense out of that Bible story.
Well, it's still in me. I grew up with it.
I wanted to say so bad that I was in the library and I was doing a research on books, and I found at least 8 books that said before this we were here and this was here, and each of them tried to say they were the ones who were here first. And it was
it's a lot of them out there, Juicy.
It is, and it had so many different pretty much the regions were speaking of who was there in that area. They didn't know about the other side. They didn't even know that there was something across the water. So when he cast them out, like you say, we trying to make a story of it, but there's so many stories, it's confusing.
It is.
Let's move
Because no
on.
one is honoring the story.
Exactly. So let's move on to the letter of the day.
Dear ATL is a segment of the show where you, the viewer, can write in and tell us about what's going on in your life. And we will read your letter and respond to your letter live here on the air. So if you're experiencing relationship problems, best friend disputes, baby mama, baby daddy drama, marriage issues, church hurt, church issues, and many, many more, send your letters to theanthonybrown@gmail.com.
I don't.
Let me pull up this letter. I got a really interesting one, this one. And this one, I just knew Legacy was going to love this one.
I hate when you do that.
Dear Stephen Shirley, I am a 33-year-old single female, and for the past year or so, I have been in a romance, having a romance with an inmate that's been in prison for 17 years. He's my best friend's brother, and he tried to date me for many years and would write me letters, but I just wasn't interested. Well, last year I had surgery and I was out of commission for a while, and he sent me the sweetest letters and cards. When his mother found out about us, she told me he might be exonerated because of some new evidence in the case. I started having mixed feelings about him coming home. His mom told me that I should really give him a chance at romance if he is released. I've fallen in love with him, and it's hard for me to believe it and explain it. I can't tell my family or my coworkers about him. I tell them that my man has a demanding job and he travels a lot, so that is why they haven't met him. They have noticed that I am happier now and smiling whenever I mention this guy to them, and I am honest with him about my feelings toward his incarceration, and he gets very upset when I told him I am ashamed to tell the people that I am closest to me about that are closest to me about him. I am an accountant and I have worked hard to secure a top position in my company, and I don't want to be judged. And there's also the possibility that he won't be released. So I would have told everyone for nothing. So what do you think, Stephen Shirley? Should I just put it out there that I'm dating a man in prison in hopes that my family will accept him as the man I love? Or should I end it with him? Please advise.
I think it's her business and she shouldn't have to explain to anyone, especially while he's in there, because that's all they have is there. But if he gets released, then at that time, is the mom saying when he come home he need to come straight there to you, like, or is it build their relationship, because now they gotta, which they should be building more of the relationship, getting to know in real life each other than letters and phone calls. But I don't see why she would have to end the relationship just to. I don't get that part.
I think how many years is it? 17 years?
I have
Yeah.
a cousin who married someone who did like 15 years, and he got out. He has his own business. They're happy. They're about to have a child. People talk, but who cared, because they're better than the people who talked.
Right. I was going to say, I don't think it's fair for her to have to wait 17, 18, 19, 20, 30 years or whatever. But I digress. The choice is actually hers, because if she's happy, who are we to judge? And it's not up to us to judge. Because also her waiting for him, because what she is, she could be in love. She's also in love with the thought of being in love and the possibilities. One thing I said that and I often say is that women, they're they're visualizers. They see what the potential is and what could be. Well, if I get him out of prison and help him set up his own business, or implement some of those visions that he shared with me, we can make it. So in the meantime, you know, I'm gonna hang in there. And at this point, it's been 17 years, so I can't turn back now. Because if you get out in 2 more years and I give up now, then that means I threw in the towel for 2 years, you know, and I could have waited in 2 more years. So I think if she's happy holding on to a dream and a vision that could possibly happen, based on what the story you just told us, Juicy, the more power to her. I wish her the best. And she don't owe her friends or family no explanation because she's grown. They don't. My philosophy is if you don't feed folk or finance me, then what you have to say doesn't matter.
Right.
You know. So you know that's a 3 F's. You know, you don't feed folk or finance me, then your vision, your thoughts, your viewpoints is obsolete. So girl, stand by your man.
But with you.
So y'all know I gotta be Tayama. This shit wouldn't be real.
Yeah, go ahead and do your thing.
First of all, if you not in prison and you didn't break bread with me for why you went, all I can do is give you a conversation. We ain't finna talk about hopes, dreams in between, jumping the moon, jumping the fence. Negative. Cause all he got is time on his hand and time to sell your ass a dream, keep his canteen, and you making his time go quicker. I'm good. No, thank you. Girl, run. That nigga been locked up that long. Run. You better ask Delicious.
I wouldn't have expected you to say anything.
Did it say that she was with him for 17 years, or he just been locked up for 17?
He's been locked up for 17 years, and he was her brother's friend prior to him being incarcerated.
But he wasn't her
have
friend.
nothing to do with her.
Had nothing to do with.
So that what they have established is a pen pal friendship, and you can love someone definitely. It's there, but that don't mean like his mom tried to say you need to have romantic love. That take time, and in prison they not able to have that. So when he's supposed to come out and just be her, she's supposed to be his jump off. That's what.
Let me tell you, it's a lot of women that do it. They don't know that nigga from Adam, married him right in jail because they done gave them sappy ass letters, and bitch, you fell for the okie doke.
What it is, Mr. Walker?
Antonio Walker said Legacy the Great.
What it is? What it is?
You, Legacy had about 12 different hoes on his visitation. Honey, bitch, y'all hoes was making his time go by. And he ain't come home to nail one of y'all ass, but y'all fell, sink, line, and swim. Ain't that fact? Big facts. It is just to let the time go by, girl. And you got a good job, so his canteen looking lovely. Yeah, his mama, his sister, they gonna push you on him. You know why? Because as long as you send him and he calling you, he leaving us the fuck alone. Damn right. Talk to my brother. Yeah, little mama, what?
Somebody tell him off the mic because she's just damaging this man's situation.
But no, real nigga. Let me tell you. Listen, I do that with my brother. He be having all these random chicks call me. Girl, my brother love you. Girl, my brother talking to 2 other hoes that I'm saying, bitch, you just something to make the time go by.
I hope none of your brothers' hoes is watching this show tonight, cause the game and the gig is up.
Hey, I'm just saying, we doing the letter. We need to be 100. If you not dealing with that nigga when he's out here on the outs, and then you riding for him real nigga shit that he know, damn, if I call this bitch, she 10 toes down. Girl, when he come out, he gonna be 12 toes out because he trying to stick everything moving. I got 9 brothers. How you want to do it? I got 3 in prison right now. Honey, that's just big facts.
I appreciate it, baby. We appreciate it. Keep watching.
Hit the subscribe button.
Listen, Donella, go ahead. Donella, go to give him a little bit because I I got something for you.
Oh, well, me personally.
Well.
Uh-huh. If
You
he
see
been
hit the preacher glasses move.
And
the Rob.
Hold on. No, the preacher movie, you know, you take your glasses off and put them back on about 20 times. And listen, hold on. And it says here, hold on. And
in the book of niggerdom.
Yeah, in the book of niggerdom. Watch this. We're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna go somewhere. Watch this. We're gonna go somewhere. I'm taking you somewhere. Be patient. I'm gonna take you somewhere. No, seriously. If it was me, it's a hell no for me. It's a no. Because like Tiama said, he may have 50 other hoes coming up to that prison, and you don't know. You don't know what's going on.
Wait a minute, but Dan Allen, 2 minutes ago you were just agreeing with me.
What did you say?
I said, if she want to stand by her man, by all means stand by her man. Who are we to judge? And blah, 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 and so forth. I was with the relationship and with the woman being there. And
yeah, I sure did. You know what? You know what?
Oh, Lord.
You know what?
I think the Bible speaks of you. I think it's called a double-minded man.
The double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You hear me? So no, yeah, stand by your man. I get that, but I'm saying if it was me personally, it would be a no. But if she been with him for such a long time, you know, going up to the prisoner and going and seeing him and whatnot, if that's what she want to do, but my thing is, I would think about my career. I'm sorry.
What does your career have to do with you wait for a man?
Because you're associating yourself with a convict,
an accused
convict, and a lot of business people don't look at that very well. They really don't. They kind of look down on that. They do.
Well, definitely in the money market business with money, like
brokerage. Because they believe if you could deal with that kind of person, you could steal their money. They think crazy stuff. It's about perception.
And not even that. She might be temptation to the criminal to rob her ass. Let me get off there.
Go ahead, Donald.
I'm putting myself in timeout.
Monica Cole said, "See, that's why I'm like I am. See them
family members.
Them family members."
Okay.
Antonio Walker said, "My wife just left me after 8 years, and I get out next year."
That's my cousin. That's the one
that shit that pissed me off.
Hey, listen, Tony. Remember, that's my cousin that came on one time before. Hey, Eddie.
Eddie King said hi, everybody.
Gave us the $25. He's still doing time at this moment.
Antonio, let me tell you, that bitch gonna get hers, because 9 out of 10, if that was your wife, you in there because you was paying for that raggedy bitch. That hoe gonna get hers. Karma is a motherfucker.
It is. Not only is it an MF, it's a gray-haired MF.
Even my mom did it. If a nigga out there, you putting your life on the line to make sure me and my kids eat good, you best to believe 10 toes down. You doing the time, we doing the time. If Bob ain't fucking me, ain't nobody fucking me. But see, when it comes to simple-minded ass bitches, which that's what your wife was, a simple-minded ass bitch. Women ain't got
exactly
to where, oh, child.
He said exactly. Eddie King said that is crazy.
I tell my baby daddy, bitch, you better bet on the right horse. You be betting on the child.
Listen, and when you said it, tell you about you talking about a young man out there taking care of his family, doing his thizzle. That was him.
Exactly.
That was him.
You sitting out there, you grinding to get this money for your family. Long as you was up there, that hoe was riding.
Right.
As soon as you down on your dick, that bitch on that. See that? I'm telling y'all. So
simple
on both
hoes.
sides of the coin,
you call
that simple lived hoes. It from birth. Exactly.
You call it a simple hoe. Mm-hmm.
Like Legacy was at my house. Legacy will tell you the way me and Wick vibe. You'll think we had never had intercourse. Wick will tell you It don't matter what the fuck happened. I know for sure Tayama gonna show up and show out. Don't matter what nigga she get with. She gonna tell that nigga straight up. If you got a problem with him, guess what? We just got a problem.
Hold on. I have something else from the book
That's
of
crazy.
Megiddo. Watch this. You can lead a hoe to water, but you can't make her think.
Amen.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Amen.
That was good.
Oh shit!
That was good.
That
You can
was
lead
good,
a hoe to
dude.
water, but you can't make her think.
Make a thing. Lord help us.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Well, check this out. Check this out. That was good.
No, if you was, especially if you was with him, like your brother situation, your cousin situation, if she was with him before he got in there and he was really down for her and doing everything to make sure the kids eat and everything, and she leave him before he get out. Yeah, Remedy said that was a good one, D. If you was down for him before then, now all of a sudden he's yesterday's news. Yeah, use a simple hoe like that. That's that shit I call switcheroo. That's that old switcheroo.
That's called treason.
But that's how most of them be.
Mm-hmm.
That's called treason.
But that's simple hoe
you
thinking
see,
though.
they get with them dope boys. 9 out of 10, they so used to them sustaining them to where as soon as they go to jail, you already know she on to the next dick.
So to the next highest bidder.
Image she got to keep up.
So to the next highest bidder.
What if he ain't doing nothing for her in her household? You know,
you mean now? You mean right now?
Right, no, I'm talking about like before he got locked up.
But I just explained to you. I explained to you that he was.
No. I'm talking about a different scenario, like adding to the scenario what Don Allen said. Like this, I said, what if the dude wasn't doing anything but being that companion, that friend, not providing anything other than that, and then he got locked up. She's supposed to, and she keep the friendship and the companionship, but what more loyalty do she have to him? Like
I want to address that. So with a person like that, you have to understand that either that person was waiting on the grand exit of that person because he or she was intimidated or felt that their life was threatened if they would have decided to move on while he or she was out. So this right here would have been a power move for them to restart their life over and to move away and to start over again. But if that is the case, then the individual don't need to continue communicating even when they first go to jail, because their move is to get away from that person.
Right.
That's why if you're laying up with a person that doesn't bring any self-worth or value to you, in more than just one way, but if it's monetary that you're looking for, then if that person, you need to make a power move before he or she gets locked up, so that nobody will look. Go ahead, Juicy.
I think maybe I'm hearing wrong, or I'm because I hear what this scenario is, but when y'all throwing things out, you're making me think. And
Eddie
the person is.
I'm sorry, Juicy. I didn't mean to cut. Eddie King said he may be having sex in jail or prison. How you her to be faithful? I guess how you expect her to be faithful.
Well, that's the thing. The thing about that is, go ahead.
But so what I'm asking, is you saying she have to be wanting to be out, but if she's remaining a friend and a companion, like they already were, she's not trying to be out, you know.
But there's a thing called loyalty. So therefore, if this person was your friend and companion prior to him or her going to jail, what makes you change
once they go? Right.
Once they go, because what you're saying is they were friends and companions. If something was to happen to Tay, Tony,
Well, you
Don
know what?
Allen.
No. So companion meaning I don't mean doing for each other. Remember, in order for people to give money, they give their body. Remember, so I don't mean that. Like I think that's dating. I'm talking about friendship. You get what I'm saying?
But we're not basing this up. But we're not basing it off of friendship.
We're talking about people that are dating.
We're talking about full-fledged relationship.
We talking about full-fledged relationship.
Eddie says, "How you want her to be faith?" My bad.
We got you, Eddie. We know what you're saying, sir.
But at one point, it was our Tiamo Don Allen who was saying that the person had to be in the relationship, they had to be doing for them. So that's what I'm saying. What if they're not paying no bills, not doing that? They just friends.
Let me tell you, if they're not doing that and that's just your friend go to jail. It's just your friend in jail.
Just your friend go to jail.
Half of the people that you talking to
claim
right
your
now
friend.
Today, your motherfucking ass hit that jail. The motherfuckers won't even send you a 30-cent stamp.
Not at all.
See, what I heard in this letter was that the girl was saying that it was her brother's friend. So that didn't signify he was doing anything for her, but they got into being friendship and established something while he was in. So they
but this is what you missed, Juicy. This is what you missed, Juicy. In the letter, she states that was her brother's friend, and he always tried to get with her.
But he never got with her.
But it never. But
exactly.
In the process, exactly. But
getting with her.
But in the process of that taking,
ain't required.
Not yet, but it becomes required if you. Let me get to it. It becomes required.
That's my point.
It becomes required when she accepts the inclinations of. I mean, not the inclinations, but if she accepts the little letters and things, and she started to fall for it. Because what happened was when she was down and out and had a bad time, a bad spot in her life, nobody was there for her. So the kind words that he was sending in letters and poems and things caught her at a needy moment, and she fell in love with his wordplay. So once he dragged her back to him, she really started to see him differently. So now she becomes intrigued. Now, once she becomes intrigued, she accepts the relationship. But the only thing that bothers her is the fact of someone outside, family members and friends and co-workers, asking her, why are you wasting your time with someone?
She knows she a fool.
She's not, and this is
a fool for love. It could be a fool for love.
But if that's the case, then every goddamn body nope. If that's the case, then she can't be wrong.
Yeah.
If that's the case, there's no way that she can be wrong, because every one of us on this planet at some point in time has been a fool for love.
And that's why I said,
I can swear to you, I have never been a fool to where I got brothers in jail, niggas try to holler at me through them. I have never even wasted one stamp to write a nigga I didn't know in the free world.
Well, Tay, let me tell you something, Tay. With you, it's like writing a damn dude anyway. It's like writing a damn dude anyway. So I don't know why the hell. That's why your brothers didn't have a damn. That's exactly why your brothers didn't have a word.
Listen,
listen to me, Tay.
Let me tell you, when my dude was in jail, I was doing quickies behind the what you call the vending machine.
But that's your man.
I was paying the guard, like, hey, nigga shit. I'm that bitch.
Hold on, Tay.
Hey, Antonio says I was a special kind of fool. LOL. Yeah.
Now listen, let me tell you something. The reason I said that, Tay, is this. That's why your brothers didn't have a problem with letting a nigga in jail try to shoot his shot, because he know that was not going anywhere. It wasn't going higher than the ceiling that nigga words came out his mouth at, because he knew that his sister was gonna make sure that none of that took place. But when you catch a woman, I've been incarcerated. Never mind.
I know that's right.
Never.
What? Excuse
Leave
me.
her
Where my
alone,
wife
Legacy.
at? Cause
Jeanette said,
I
leave
know
her
she about
alone.
to beat up some shit. Where my wife at? Cause she about to
She
tell
just
some
said,
shit.
she just
Anyway,
said, leave her
Hey,
alone.
listen,
She just said,
listen,
leave her alone.
listen. I'm gonna say this, right?
Yeah.
I don't think nothing's wrong with building a relationship with, and that ain't because I've been in there. At the end of the day, a lot of us, because I have been in there also, a lot of us become so hardened by the way society looks upon being incarcerated. Some of the most gifted, skilled, poetic,
Yes.
smart individuals.
No, Remedy said, no, tell Legacy. We want to know.
No, but that was way back.
We got to move on.
Okay, but hold on. Let me say this, Tony.
We don't have time. We got to move on.
Okay, but I feel like the reason prisoners come out so hardened, especially the males, is, and the reason is because when you don't have love in those situations to give you hope, you tend to become so hard, and you tend to look at the world so coldly that you don't even fathom that there's a brighter day on the outside waiting on you. And women are what help, and I guess men too, are hopes for individuals when they're in that place. So if you can hold on and be a brighter day for any individual, whether it's pen palship, relationship, getting married inside of the prison system, there is always a positive to every downside in life if you can find it. So don't worry about what somebody else thinks. If that person is your real, I'm not gonna say if the person got life to commit yourself to that. If that's the case, commit yourself to a pen palship and a friendship and to be there for them while they're in there, because there may not be a day that he or she get out. But and get them to understand that is why that is this, because you have to have a life outside of here. But do not let the way and the thought patterns of what somebody else affect how you feel about somebody, because you're worried about how somebody's gonna look at you. Don't worry about it, because if God gonna bring that person home, it just may end up the same way that Juicy said that her friend ended up with. But I will prepare you for this. Understand this. He better be sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, and you too. Because he gonna put his dick in a few of y'all. He got to. He done missed 720. He done missed 2 decades of new vagina that's done been out there. He got to stretch some of y'all out.
Right, because his mama the one who's talking about romance, so she ain't got to take care of him.
He got to stretch. He missed it.
He ain't talking about romance.
And on that note,
Dear ATL is a segment of the show where you, the viewer, can write in and tell us about what's going on in your life. And we will read your letter and respond to your letter live here on the air. So if you're experiencing relationship problems, best friend disputes, baby mama, baby daddy drama, marriage issues, church hurt, church issues, and many, many more, send your letters to theanthonybrown@gmail.com.
Mine got no edges. She don't mind losing hers. I do.
okay. Cordell, are you still with us on the show? Are you still in the audience? Let us know if you're still in the audience, and we got something we got to tell you, Cordell. Mr. Cordell, are you still in the audience?
Are you still with us? Oh, yeah.
Okay, Cordell, you're still here. Great. Cordell, Tiamo might be your cousin. No, Tiamo is your cousin.
And Mike, my mama talking about we played together and everything when we were little.
Tiamo mama just named everybody.
And you bet not say you tried to play mama and daddy with me, because I'm going to bop you in your head.
He
Look
that
what
you as much as he talk about your breasts, he probably played with them when they wasn't number knobs.
with his thumb quad.
Back then, when I was little, my mama Tayama was always hunting the girls. I wasn't touching no boys. I was allergic.
You is crazy, girl.
I was severely allergic. I thought boys were so disgusting.
So Cordell, tell
Listen to
your
you
mom
time.
to text you her phone number. I want you to call tell my mama. She gonna tell you how y'all related. She said she haven't seen you since you was about 4 or 5 years old.
You say you ain't have but like 2 teeth in the back of your mouth.
She said, Cordell, is he light skinned? Oh my God, I ain't seen Cordell. His mama named Mary is living Delray. Bobby. She started naming the whole family. So Cordell, I'm gonna text you, tell my mama phone number.
Cordell said, huh?
And then you can reach out to them.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand.
Give it to him, Don Allen.
Make this world a better place.
Bring it on home, Mr. Lowe.
If you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate in the building, y'all.
Sexual chocolate. They play so lovely, don't you agree?
Yeah.
And I am Randy Watson.
Mr. Walker, thank you for the cash app. I really appreciate it. That was so nice of you.
He done sent you another one, Tony.
Yeah.
Now just imagine now, Tony. He done sent you 2 of them. One at the beginning of the year and one now. If he able to do that from where he at right now, what you think he was doing for his woman when she was on the street?
Amen.
Cordell said, well, just in case my first cousin was just killed, so that means Frank is her cousin too.
Yes, that's how the conversation started. Because they was talking about the same story that you told me. I said, wait a minute, that's Cordell people. And when I said that, that's when she started saying, who was his mama? He used to live in Delray. Oh my God, I ain't seen Cordell.
Look, Cordell. Snap, check this out, Snap. I want you to hold your head in there, baby. You're almost out the door. Don't let nobody trick you. I know you'll bust a nigga head now.
Don't do it, Snap. Don't trade places with me, Miss Sophia.
Let me tell you how fly this Joker was, right? Let me tell you how fly he was. The Joker grow a full beard like Rick Ross, right? He had a barber that can edge the phoenix bird in his whole beard to where the face of the bird would come right here, but everything else would be the wings of the phoenix. That Joker used to wear that there. I said that nigga finna kill him tonight in the club.
Yeah, she knew Delray because she said all that too.
Cordell said Delray is my hometown. I'm a saint now. That's what Cordell said. I'm a saint now.
Hey, cuz I meant to tell you, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you done heard Travis got shot up last Tuesday morning, my brother.
Anyway, did y'all see in the news that the 2 people that was going to the prom?
That's it, right? That's ridiculous.
Firearms. Well, check this out. In later news about the same couple, they were actually destined for college and had all kind of scholarships and everything.
Truth be told, I ain't lost nobody I needed. The real one still.
The scholarships has been removed and struck from them. Because of this picture right here.
I made a post and I said, congratulations to him because for being a straight A student and having a full ride scholarship, she's bragging rights for the high school. The high school ain't doing nothing for her. She already got it. And going to college, Bill Gates ain't go to college, so it's not.
Let me tell you,
she got to. She can make as much
I would
as
go
she
all the
needs
way
to
to hell off. What that picture has nothing to do with what she earned.
Let me tell you something,
But
Tay.
it's so
Right?
easy
Hold on.
for
Hold
them
on, Tay.
to go there.
Listen, baby.
But
right
we don't
now,
we need to stop feeling like we need college to be successful, because half
But-
of the black people who go to college, they are successful, but they're not equally successful as their peers. So they are still oppressed. And tell me a matching salary of a nigga with a white person, with a cracker. Show me a matching
oh God,
salary.
you
Not
been
even
on you called did you
let me
call
tell you.
Tay on my phone today? Did you talk to
Let
Tay
me
on
tell you,
any time
Juicy,
today?
I'm so glad your glittery rainbow world just jumped out the window, because that's
No, my
exactly what
glittery
I
rain.
wanted
That's
to
how
say.
you all have
Them
always
babies
thought it,
been
but
in
that's
school for 13 years, because you got to count pre-K kindergarten. That's actually
Listen,
like 14
but
years, and you snatch it over a picture that they did at home that has
but first,
nothing.
Tay, I'm gonna say this. I don't think that it should have been totally stripped, but we got a problem, and we got a problem. We have a real problem in society, and we have to learn the police. We have to learn to police us first, even though we know what other races feel and think about us. But we have to police and govern ourselves first. And the first thing is, her parents and his parents should have never allowed them to post any pictures or take any pictures of the sort like that, knowing what time we are in society and knowing how they view us anyway. We have to learn to remove ourselves from harm's way sometime. And that was putting us in harm's way. To be up here boasting, knowing that we in a time where black boys and black girls are being gunned down for having, Tamir Rice had a damn toy gun in a park and got killed. And we're gonna sit up here on a podcast on a day that you should be thinking about. You finna get ready to walk across the stage in a few weeks, that you finna get ready to embark on another journey, whether it's college, technical college, or to go into a field because you're smart enough to start your own business. We have to understand that we have to stop killing ourselves or shooting ourselves in the foot by pictures and imagery and by words that we say out our mouth that we know we are judged by like no other race on here. We have to stop doing it, and we have to stop as black people and mothers and fathers. Hold on, mothers and fathers.
I cannot go with that when we're in a country where you have stand your ground, to where that might be a licensed firearm or owned by her parents.
Neither one of that makes it illegal because they ain't got no business with it.
Listen, Linda.
Tay, they don't have a license to hold it. They don't have a license to hold it, Tay.
Those were
first of all, they were not holding it. They were
what
not
they got in their
holding
hand?
It was on the dress.
No, it's two guns. It's one in her hand and one in his hand.
Oh, I didn't see that part. But
Is there? Put the picture back on there, Tony.
Wait.
But I bet you if that was Timmy, I bet you if that was Timmy.
You have your hunter license at the age of 4.
But you can't hold those guns.
Thelma, can I hold on? Let me say this. I bet you if that was Timmy and Karen, that wouldn't have been a problem.
But Donna, listen, Donna, I agree with you. But that's why.
There's been plenty of people. There's been plenty of white people who've taken pictures with the guns and with the Confederate flag with black people underneath the guns pointing at them. They didn't lose it. But that's the whole point. Like,
I'm not. Listen, ladies. I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing that y'all are wrong about we're looked upon wrong. But what I'm saying is, with us knowing that this is how they do us and this is how they view us, why would we put ourselves in that position to have that taken away from us? Because they're gonna do it. They look for every excuse to take something away.
That's true.
Why
Legacy.
do it?
I agree with you,
But
man.
that's where at
I
that
agree,
point,
brother.
that's where we as people gotta also look and see, do we let them govern what we do and what we're going to have, how we're going to achieve, when we can definitely get it without them?
Juicy, Juicy, I ask you all the time. I do believe what you say a lot of times, love, about the fact that, you know, we need to be able to do some things on our own that is not governed by Jews, whites, Asians. But I need you to show me show me in full extent to where there's anything in America that where black folks completely outright own and is not. And I'm talking about in abundance. I'm not talking about one hill. I'm not talking about pepper in the salt. I'm talking about show me in abundance where black folks own something that is not governed, rent, or viewed upon or monitored by white society, Jewish society, or Asian society. Once you show me that, then I'll start to believe what you're talking about. But right now, everything you touch and you want to do, either you buy it or you sell it, or even if you own it, you still pay a white entity for what it is you have.
Now let me add to this to maybe shed some light on Tiama. Yes, they were home. Yes, they had nothing to do with school or away from school or blah 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 blah. But let's say I'm an organization. I'm a nonprofit organization, and let's say I am the president of a Christian organization who say I'm going to pay a year of their scholarship. I'm giving them $1,000 scholarship or $300, whatever amount scholarship. So therefore, if my society that I own, the business that I operate and run, is looked upon and has certain stature, certain grandness about itself, I don't want that associated with my organization. So yes, I have the right to pull because yeah, you earned it, but you don't. But now I see you got guns and this and that. Now you're thugging it. You don't display what we are all about. So I don't want that
exactly
with us. So
but that's actually what they do. I mean, that's
right.
part of the provisions of a scholarship. You have to maintain standard and ethics in order to
exactly.
achieve
So when they know that, and when you know better, you do better.
Period.
So if you know that they do that, if you don't hold up a certain standard or GPA or look or image or whatever, then why put it out there to risk the opportunity
right.
That's all I was saying.
Right. Yes, sir.
What if their parents are not financially able to send them to school, and this was their opportunity? And again, like you said, you're not saying that because they get an education that they're going to necessarily succeed. But let's say they do.
Now they put themselves in a box to not receive something because they want to look a certain way.
There's some more thuggish, jiggerboo niggers. Let me say it like the white folk would say it. There's some more thuggish niggers that are out there looking like a bunch of rough thugs in harmony, and they're looking like thugs in rugs, and they're just horrible. And that's what we expect out of those people. Those people are nothing but thugs.
What's gonna happen, what it'll be, and come of it is just that she got all the many views that she has. There's somebody in a university, a black university, going to send her scholarship.
But Juicy, why does that have to happen? Because she already know. Why does that have to happen? Why does she have to? Why do they have to get? Why do they have to get second hand?
But Juicy, Juicy,
God intervened in her going to a school
what I hold,
and getting her knowledge tainted because the universities at white universities don't teach the same as a black. No,
she tainted it.
You keep calling my name, but you won't even listen. No, can I finish what I was saying?
Go ahead, Juicy.
But the thing of it is, Juicy, you didn't hear not one point. You heard.
I heard everything you said, Juice. I can tell you what you said.
And the quality of education from a white university and a black university. The white university teaches oppression. Black universities empower and uplift. So now that her scholarship ain't going to that white university, but she can still get and achieve and go somewhere else, it's better for her.
But let me ask you a question.
God intervened and gave her better.
But God ain't told that girl to pose with no damn guns.
Legacy.
And today,
Legacy, can I kind of help further you and Tony's point? Because I see where you are going with this. My thing
I
is,
get where they're going.
yes, but can I finish? Yes, white people have done the same thing. Yes, you see white people posing with guns with Confederate flags, and they say they're Christians. They say they're They believe in that their God given right to have guns, that God gives them the right to have guns. They can do that. And you know why? Because they like Legacy said, they run everything. It's okay.
Period.
We black people, we have to be 10 times smarter. We have to work 10 times harder than they do. We have to be more moral than they are. We have to be spotless and clean. They can be filthy and have filthy things going on. But black people, we have to be spotless and clean. We can't do the things that they do. And yeah, that have been fun for them to take that picture, but then she should have thought about the fact, oh my God, I'm getting ready to go to college. I'm a black young lady getting ready to go to college. And white people may not look on this of me having guns as the way that they look on it when they take pictures with guns, as their freedom of amendment and their right to carry arms. They'll look at me and say, I'm a thug. It may not be right. It may be totally wrong.
It is.
She may be the best girl out there. But because of the fact that her skin is Negroid color, the first thing they're going to say is she's a thug and she needs to be sat down and she needs to be expelled and she needs to have everything taken away because she's a thug and they don't need that type of person in higher education.
I'm going to show you another
should have
thing,
thought
Juicy.
of that.
Let me say this. Juicy, the same thing that we was talking about the letter of the day, about how that woman may have found her rib with this man. But she is so worried about how society outside of him and her is going to view her. She also knows that dating him and being with him could damper her push for excelling in her company where she works at,
Right.
because
Right.
they may look at her and say, hey, if you're willing to put this ahead of this man who is a known convicted felon and be
Right.
in this position with him, that we can't see you excelling in our company if we're not trying to get rid of you because of your choice. So what we have to understand is, I'm one that can speak on it. I was playing football at a Division II college in my freshman year. Had opportunities, I'm talking about galore. And I decided to come home and sell some dope and caught a sale charge and had to go to prison for 3 years. We have to be mindful of
Yes.
our choices that
Right.
we put out here in the world, because
Right.
even though they may be harmful to us and we view them as nothing, other races do. And it's and with times being the way that they are now with social media, now times are even more open to where these people actually tell you how they go about viewing and judging things more so than they ever did in history when they did it behind closed doors. So somebody that told you it was okay to do this and post it on social media could not have had your best interest in mind. And let's say she did have all these colleges looking at her, and now she may have to go to a HBCU. And ain't nothing wrong with going to Spelman or whatever black college you want to go to. But I guarantee you this, with the 4.0 and the valedictorian stuff that she is facing, she ain't have a HBCU college on her damn mind to go to. She was going to a Yale. She was going to a Stanford. She was going to a Cornell.
Right.
She was gonna go to an Ivy League school so that when she walk out of that thing right there, she's guaranteed to get one of those higher echelon jobs because of the type of people that she was gonna be around that did not look at her like a hood chick. They were gonna look at her as a sister that came from their upper echelon schooling. So yes, I do hear you, but we have to stop this.
And the bad thing, not only did she mess that up, now she's been put out of school. So
she wasn't put out of high school. They just took her scholarships and stuff from her.
No. She was expelled as well.
Oh, they was expelled?
She was expelled as well. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
why I
now she
said
can't now she can't finish out the rest of her school year, and she's not going to be able to graduate with her class. She's gonna have to graduate in the summer because she's expelled for the
so.
rest of the school year.
So in a nutshell, lesson has been taught to her on how society will treat and do her, which should have been being taught to her in the home.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's another, like you went back to another show, that's another conversation we had where in the home,
Right.
we're not teaching our children values and morals and principles. And so they're
No.
paying consequences on their own. I had
Right.
said last show with Kamal, I said, I tell my children, I teach them those things. And I let them
Mm-hmm.
know that when you do that, that's going to be something you're holding on you because I have my
Yep.
future. So
Yep.
I had my education. I did
Mm-hmm.
mine. Now if you're taking this risk and because these kids today, they want to do what they want to do. These parents can want to tell them not to, they can't, they shouldn't, but the kids got their own mind and they're doing it.
Oh yes.
It's a
I agree.
picture I sent to Tony of a little girl who got pregnant and her family didn't support her, looked down on her, and she ended up killing herself. They had a problem with the little boy who got her pregnant, saying he did this to her and got my daughter pregnant and wouldn't let him even come to the funeral. But they had a genuine love. You never know what they were going through. He killed himself. So we parents not supporting our children in the decisions they're making and bullying them to make them feel like the white man is the one who hold the key to this to everything, and we gotta humble and bow to what they say. No, I don't agree to that. I agree.
I
Okay,
know.
you made a
I don't.
bad
I don't
decision.
think nobody.
You did
Nobody.
the
I don't think.
wrong thing by
Shoot.
holding them guns. But this has been taken from you. Now, what you gonna do? Because your only options now is to grind, get it on your own
Mm-hmm.
muscle. Bill Gates could. We can go
Mm-hmm.
where we can go. Be what you can be, and let's roll. Ain't no need to
But
act like she destined for doom. She destined for something
no,
because she got
I don't
straight
think
A's
no. I
and she
don't
about
think
the
nobody
Victoria.
said. I don't think nobody said she was
Nobody
destined for
said she was
doom.
destined for
What we
doom.
said was you
Now
put
she's got to
more
build all
stumbling
over
blocks. You
again.
just put more stumbling blocks in
Right.
your path when you didn't have to.
Now she's got to start all over again when it was already laid out.
It was laid.
Now she's got to start all over again,
And to
which
be
is
honest with you,
ridiculous.
as much national attention as she's gotten and he's gotten, let me explain something to you. If it was just that girl on the picture by herself holding a gun, there's no way that I can say that they would have took that from her. But when you add a young Negro that got
With the,
those type
with
of
his
dreadlocks
right,
in
and
his
his
head,
pants sagging,
that right there
and
is what
yeah.
condemned her. Not her,
Hmm.
because she's holding a regular handgun. What condemned her was that semi-automatic rifle that's right there at her foot, and him standing behind her with an AK pointing it. The two most dangerous things on the planet are educated young black couple that's holding and representing the detriment and the danger to black communities and white society. Right there, the broad
I
picture.
agree with you. I agree with you, Legacy. And Tiama said one thing: the assault rifles are legal with children who are 18 years and older. And if they're seniors in high school, they very well might be at the age of 18, and it's lawful for them to do what they were doing, and can't nobody stop them.
But guess what? The only way you can bypass that is if right now, when they would have took that picture and they started doing that right there, all they had to do is go out there and present that they are legal and these are their guns and nothing that they did was illegal. But if they're not that,
Um,
and they
y'all, I need y'all to go Google and look how much money that been raised up for them kids. They gonna go to college with no worries because the
listen, that's tell you
society itself came together and to
nobody
raise
is
up the money
arguing
for them
that.
to go to college.
But
So
guess
it
what? They
didn't
didn't
matter
have
either
to.
way. They
It didn't
became
have
That's
little
what I'm
to.
talking
celebrities.
about. That's a publicity
So
stunt. Then
the
let's say they
Tell you,
got to
community
get themselves
pulled
better.
let me
together
show
and
y'all
just raised
something.
up all this damn money.
But guess what? Nobody had to dig in their pockets. They were
But
gonna
the
be
thing,
paid
but
for
the
by the
thing, but
white
the
people.
thing, but the
Maybe,
thing was,
maybe
Thelma, the thing was, the boy wasn't even involved. He not the one that was going got to have the
No, they said
scholarship.
both of
He
them.
was
They
just
said both of them. Both of them was good grades.
not that's not
Both
what
of
I
them.
read. But okay, I read it
I
was
was
But
just
just
tell
her.
about
you,
to
But
say I
okay,
didn't read anything about him. I only read about her because
yeah,
the
I only
picture
read
I saw
about
was
her.
just of
Yeah,
her. I didn't
it's
see
yeah,
right
one
just
there.
with them
talking
two
about her.
together.
Tony,
And
reread
and
it right quick.
yes,
I'm trying to move on because.
Okay, go ahead. We'll talk about it behind the stage, y'all.
7 videos and we can't get to them.
This was a good one. I'm sorry.
This was. You're
This
welcome.
man really thought that proposing to his girlfriend at McDonald's would be cute. He was wrong, and she said no.
He proposed to her at McDonald's in front of the crowd. And
we couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
But yeah,
he played again.
This man really thought that proposing to his girlfriend at McDonald's would be cute. He was wrong, and she said no.
Yeah, he proposed and she said no, and she was embarrassed that he proposed in the fast food place and walked out.
How's she embarrassed he proposed there, but she eat there?
You crazy, Juice.
I'm just saying.
That was a good one.
You can't act like you got standards when you ain't got standards.
Hold on. People eat at McDonald's don't have standards, Juicy.
To say that McDonald's is beneath them that they can't be proposed at, then
right.
Tell me the difference.
She probably get a Big Mac every day. Stop.
Right, I'm not saying they don't have standards, but why you act like that's below your standards?
Yeah, now you bougie. Now you all bougie.
There. Yeah.
Right. Girl,
she acting like you don't.
I think that if you're in love with a person,
and
if you're in love with a person and the purpose of you being with this person is you're anticipating that one day we're going to get married, I don't care where the proposal comes from. You're just glad that it came.
Yes.
Right. Some people have been dating the same person for 17 years and the proposal still hasn't come. You know what I'm saying? So, 17 years came from the letter. But I'm saying, if you're dating a person for 6 months or a year and now the proposal has come, and especially what made it special to me is he did it openly in front of all them people. Yes, it was McDonald's Burger King, but still, it was over 50 people there. So that's
and then on top of that, did you see that shopping cart full of McDonald's food? Who was he? Was he buying all that food for her kids?
I don't know.
Right, he wasn't cheap because he spent there was a lot of food in that cart.
You wouldn't notice the food.
Would, and I did.
Didn't see the cart.
Remember to say it shouldn't matter where you propose or get proposed to. Act if you truly love that person. That's the only thing that matters. That's true.
I agree.
Agreed. We all agreed on
that. For me, this is why I tell y'all, especially now in society, marriage is a joke. If you haven't, the way that they do it now, everything. Okay, you got a McDonald's proposal, but you got a princess wedding. And you're worried about the proposal place. This lets I hope he understands that he don't supposed to be with this simple bitch.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say.
Because that right there lets you know. Excuse me, ladies. When I say that, I'm really not. It just blows me.
No, it refers to her. It's true.
It blows me that you would pass up a man doing something that he probably never done before, loved you like he never loved no other person before, to get on his knees to ask you
Right.
for your hand in marriage
In front of all of
people,
them people.
and you turned him down and say he embarrassed you. What needs to happen to you, you simple heifer. You
Lead a
need
hold of
to
water.
you need to marry a baby donkey. You need to stick 22 inches of penis in you, and it need to come out your mouth from the front. And you need to suck on that for the rest of your life. And now another person need to look at you as a human because you're a simple-minded bitch.
I actually like that. Monica Cole said, "LOL."
This is
She
why
agreed.
this is why
Yeah.
and it's not, and I don't know how old these people are, but if that was
Legacy,
what
you
I'm
made me
thinking,
forget what the topic was. That just was like all I remember here is just stupid minded bitch.
it's crazy. It's women that just want to be married and loved in this
Right.
world. And don't
Right.
care if they go to the courthouse to get it done. Don't care if it get done on top of the
Come
roof.
on.
Don't care if it's up on the don't care if it's up on the goddamn pavilion. Just make it happen. Make me belong to somebody other than me. And a
Right.
man saw you fit.
Ooh, I like that. I like that, Legacy.
And a man
I like that.
saw you fit
I
enough.
pass. I pass. I pass.
Remedy said we get matching wedding band, tattoo, and call it a day. You know you belong to me.
Yes,
And
boo. But
and
I need it on paper with his ass, with his butt.
and all I'm saying is embrace the fact that somebody loved you enough to do that. And you embarrassed this. Listen, you may send this man in his shell for the rest of his life to never want to ask another woman for
Right.
their hand in marriage. And
Right.
this is why I say there's nothing wrong with a woman going about her business because she loves somebody so much to ask a man for his hand in marriage. Because even swap ain't never been a swindle. If you love somebody and you genuinely love them and you want the world to know, guess what? Go for it, because guess what? That's something that I've been scared to do for a long time. Because to be honest with you, it's
Until you
not
met me.
motherfucker.
Because you know I'm changing your mind day by day.
You're changing my mind about the views because everybody's not the same. And I appreciate you. I appreciate Tayama, Juicy, Dunn Allen, because y'all have embarked, Savage. Everybody except for me and this dude up at the top have embarked on a journey of marriage before, some fashion. And you know, that's something that, you know, when I see stuff like this, it makes me scared because you worried about somebody seeing you in McDonald's getting proposed to when half of the bitches that you gonna tell you got proposed to ain't even
Eat at
ain't even
McDonald's.
not
Shit, them
even
hoes
worried,
can't
ain't
even
worried about
afford.
getting,
They can't
not
even
just eating
afford
at,
a Happy
not just
Meal.
eating at McDonald's, they're getting what Tony said, 16, 17 years of girlfriendship and ain't never being thought of as a wife. Somebody thought about you enough to think of you as a wife.
Look, not only 16, 17 years of girlfriendship, you got 5 or 6 kids and ain't been married in them 16, 17 years.
Remember I think it was last week we were talking about us collectively, the ones that's local, getting together to work out and exercise and get in shape. Well, I saw this video and it made me think of us.
Somebody once told me the world is gone.
She was struggling.
What was it again? Legacy?
She was
Yeah,
struggling.
quick.
Somebody once told me the world is gone.
Huh?
It ain't so good on mine. Let me see it one more time.
Somebody once told me the world is gone.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
So I can see us doing that.
Please don't hurt yourselves.
You can see you doing that. Cause boy, when you do that, I'm gonna be there to record that too.
But this next video, when I saw this, I thought about me. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
I wish I could see it.
Big
I
man,
wish I
big
could see
man
it.
is smooth.
Big man was doing the thing. He was doing it.
I
He
didn't see it.
was.
It freeze on my end. Replay it.
Roll. Now
But
that
man,
boy looked like it was leaning like a motherfucker.
now them folks had a double trampoline up, a double trampoline board.
Antonio said, "Don't do it, cuz keep running."
You want me to stay away from it, cuz? You need me to stay away?
Stay away from the marriage. Wow. Here's a black cop had a situation with two white cops.
Damn, dude, man. Your plates don't come back to this thing. So there's traffic stop on you. Where you at, bro? I'll be safe, bro. Okay. Don't do that to us. Get the f*** out. Why? I'm in a police uniform. I don't know where you are. You said Detective Robinson? Yeah. Cool, man. All right, have a night. Holy Maryland might be in patrol, dude. Dumbass.
That black male detective is now suing. Those cops called him a dumbass and other derogatory words because he told them he was the police too.
I didn't hear anything. Y'all got to tell me about that one. I read it.
You want to play it again?
Yes, please.
Damn, dude, man. Listen, your plates don't come back to this thing. So there's traffic stop on you. Where you at, bro? I'll be safe, bro. Okay. Don't do that to us. Get the f*** out. Why? I'm in a police uniform. I don't know where you are. You said Detective Robinson? Yeah. Cool, man. All right, have a night. Holy Maryland might be in patrol, dude. Dumbass.
That black male detective is now suing. Those cops called him a dumbass and other derogatory words because he told them he was the police too.
Comment?
It happens every day.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead, Donna.
And then they calling him bro, like not every black person talks like that. That's so silly and racist. Not every black person calls each other bro. Like that was kind of out of order. And I don't know what else to say about that. Kind of weird.
Even though I didn't really see it because it was still freezing on my end, I'm gonna just say this. I'm kind of glad it's happening that way because we have a lot of black people that are in law enforcement that definitely live by that blue shield and blue life matter stuff, and they are so blinded by the code that when other blacks and other races express being mistreated like that or being racially profiled, it's you will see more agencies put more black captains and black individuals on the forefront to talk or to combat what other blacks are saying about being racially profiled. And until those individuals in blue, black, Asian, Spanish, starts to break that little boys club up that they have, their boys and girls club up of blue, and actually start to expose those of racism inside of that, then we as a country, when it comes to our police department, our law enforcement agencies, will never be on one accord and will never trust one another, because that man is an officer himself. And until he acknowledged to them that he was a police officer, they had done already racially profiled him. So you shouldn't have to be them pulled out. You shouldn't have to pull out your shield to let them know, oh, I go to this club right here with you, that you need to treat me with dignity and respect. You should give everybody dignity and respect, regardless of what color, creed, nationality they are. And even if you may not feel like you want to, just do it, because it's just the human decency right thing to do.
Right. I didn't know that in certain parts of Africa, it was against the law to be gay.
I told y'all that.
Oh, yeah.
Check this out.
2 teenagers were arrested on suspicions of being gay in Ghana. Such trauma for these kids.
You got to remember, Legacy. The white man has taken over certain parts of Africa, and they taught them the white man's faith. And the white man's faith says that being gay is against God, and that's what they taught them, the white man's faith. And they took over because a lot of those places in Africa are Christian countries. And they were taken over by white nationalism.
But not just that, D. Not just that.
The president of Ghana is a huge homophobe. The president of Ghana said that every gay person should be put to death, and he thinks that God spits on gay people. He said, and he's so nasty. Whenever he talks about gay people, he only talks about nasty things. He said that we eat poop, we eat each other's poop. We fist each other. All gay people fist each other. He makes up stuff to make gay people seem to be villains and to be perverted. He said that all gay people do is spread disease, and gay people are liars and they're thieves, and you should be afraid of gay people. So that's why those people act like that in Ghana, because their president has made it like we're scary. We're the enemy. We're scary. Everything about that. We're so nasty that we sit up and, like, he makes it seem like we sit up and eat bowls of feces. Like we'll sit up and eat each other's feces. Like you sit like two girls in a cup or some crap like that.
I'm gonna say this, Don Allen. A lot of people, if you do the history, Africa, anything in Africa pretty much is governed by Islam. Africa was based off of Islam. It wasn't Christianity. And even in Islam,
now, though.
Even in Islam, you are shunned from being gay. The Sharia law, which governs most of Africa, is you cannot be gay. It ain't just Christianity. Law, yeah. It's not just Christianity. The vast reason the vast reason most people try to come to America is because America allows, there's many countries that you don't hear about that being openly gay you can be killed in.
Like many. My country, in Jamaica. Right.
You can be, that's not America pretty much is the only country that outright openly allows you to say, I'm gay, I'm a lesbian, I'm transgender, I'm whatever you are in that community. Because
Canada as well.
Well, Canada is pretty much like, America in a sense. It's the little brother of America. And almost 99% of the time, what the United States agreed to, Canada is going to back them. But a lot of people don't realize that other countries, a lot of them, China does not allow it. Japan does not allow it. I'm talking about Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia. None of those countries, Russia does not openly allow you, the Ukraine does not openly allow you, France, you never really hear about it that much in France. But guess what? The United States is the only country pretty much that openly, besides Canada, where you see openly that type of affection. Just open.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about, the Christian belief and Islamic belief and a lot of beliefs had that same ideology that was wrong. And they're still holding on to it. And America is the only country that is really just saying people can be who they want to be. If you can make it here, other than you being an African American or being a Haitian or being a Jamaican that's trying to get over here, if you can make it over here to the United States, you can do what you want to do.
Well, that's trying to, that's why those Republicans are trying to get back in office because they're trying to change that. They're trying to make this be a Christian nation, and they're trying to make it. If you ain't Christian, you don't need to do. That means if you Muslim, anything but Christian, they want you to get out of here and get out of America. So they're trying to repeal gay marriage. They're trying to repeal abortion rights. They're trying to do all. They're trying to make this. That's why they're running so heavily and trying to get back in those seats that they don't have in the Senate. That's why they're trying to fill back those seats because they're trying to say that this. Antonio Walker said right. They're trying to make this a so-called Christian nation. They said America was a Christian nation, but when you actually go back and look at all the documents, America was never a Christian nation. It was never a Christian-based nation, but they made it. They want to make it that way. They want everybody to be Christian, and if you're homosexual, they want you to be. Some of them are so right wing that they want gay people to be put in concentration camps, where basically you get dropped food every day, and you get one drop of food once a day, and basically they want to put they said because basically we'll die off because if you put all the men together and then the women together, nobody can procreate, and basically all the gays will die off, and that's basically yeah.
Also in the news, Shaquille O'Neal buys a family of 11 a 15-passenger van, a new truck, and took them out to dinner.
I saw that about 2 months ago, the actual interview, and it was nice of Shaq to do that. So I mean, Shaq has always been, when I say for the people, Shaq has always been. I respect Shaq because Shaq makes just as much money selling shoes as Michael Jordan and LeBron do at the level of expense that they do. And Shaq is in every Walmart, which he makes his shoes nice and inexpensive so that every child can go to school with something that looks nice and affordable for the American people. Shaq has always been that type of person. I remember he told a story one time before we get out of here that he was coming out of the game one day, and this is how he got the shoe, and that a lady slapped him, told him she was mad with him at first, and he was like, why are you mad, ma'am? She was like, I can't believe that you're gonna sign with Reebok and my son loves you and you're gonna have shoes that cost too much and I can't afford them. Shaq said he went in his pocket and pulled out $5,000 to give to the lady so that she could get them, and she slapped it out of his hand. She said, I don't need your money. My sons adore you. I need you to make shoes that is affordable for the American kids who don't have a bunch of money. And that's what inspired Shaq.
I would have took the money and said.
She did.
And also, Shaq
Dumbass.
was in the news.
Dumbass.
He did an interview, and they were addressing his divorce. And he said that he was at fault. There was nothing she did wrong. But one thing that I liked that he said the most about it was he said that he ruined his relationship in his family and his home environment, but it didn't change who he was as a man and what he was supposed to do. So he knew that he still, even though he was divorced, still had to be there for his baby mamas. He said, I don't like calling them my baby mamas, but both of them and my 6 children he said, I don't work hard for me, I work hard for them.
I only working hard for my baby mama.
That's today's man. And Shaq was saying exactly what today's man should be seeing and doing is you work hard because you should work hard. And who needs are your family. And once you, but like in the Christian way, how he sees in the values, once you have a child, you impregnate, you're married. That's
not
your
if you
responsibility.
not if you get your pussy hold to somebody else.
But she didn't.
I don't care. She could have stayed and got the money. She could have stayed and worked it out.
But you got to hear the interview, and he don't fault her for not, because he ruined it. He was being very man about it, you know. So it wasn't anything like that. And
Kate,
you know that
I agree with everything that you said, but when he says to the world that even though you messed up and you've already dished out over $25 million to the baby mama, that's what the courts awarded you. I don't owe her anything else.
if you dish out 25 and she's used to having 50, and she's not able to get 50 because of the way the economy is, but you can because you're a man and you can go get it easier than her, a mother who can't.
She better know how to flip. She need to know how to flip that 25 million like Sonny did and became a brand.
Antonio said it wasn't from his heart. If so, it would have been done in secrecy.
True that. But at that moment,
already done. It was mentioned just recent in an interview.
At that moment, cause when he did it, you got to understand when he did it, he was just getting in the league with the Orlando Magic. So he was still young and he thought that he could fix the problem. I don't think he did it openly like in front of people. I'm just saying for her to stop him, and he paid attention to, he gave her enough time to hear what she had to say to where now he's created a multi-million-dollar business based off of listening to the needs of the constituents and the people in society to say, you know what, I don't have to do it the Michael Jordan way. I don't have to do it the LeBron way. I'm going to do it the Shaq way, which my mama and daddy taught me morals and values that everybody don't have finances the same. But I'm going to give these kids a chance to look good.
Everybody don't have $300-$400 for some shoes.
Right. I appreciate Shaq for that. And
hold on.
ahead.
Before you go.
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy. Serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
WTCZ Music Box Radio in the Chill Zone every Monday and Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find it on YouTube at D-Lo Productions. Once again, that's YouTube, look up D-Lo Productions. We play the best in R&B, rhythm and blues, oldies, favorites. And there's a request line, 682-200-9345. Once again, that is WTCZ Music Box Radio in the Chill Zone with your host, D-Lo. Every Monday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check it out.
They weren't loyal to you. They were loyal to the opportunity. And a person who does not understand the value of loyalty will never understand the damage of betrayal. This is how we get hurt. We confuse loyalty with attachments. There is a massive difference with somebody who is assigned to you versus someone who's attached to you. Somebody who is assigned to you helps you complete tasks. But those who are attached to you only want to benefit from the task that you have completed. They don't view you as a person. They view you as a purse. People don't abandon what they want. They abandon what they were using. But I'm loyal. I'm a rider. Everybody is willing to ride while you're in the yacht. But who is going to row with you in a crisis? Loyalty does not require lights or eyes because it is a heart posture. It should not require my presence for you to be loyal. Loyalty is when you have my back behind my back.
Amen. And the shanana, and the shanana, and the shanana. Amen.
Antonio say know the picture with the family. What family? Oh, he's talking about the picture with the family. Oh, okay. That's
Right.
his.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. He's talking about you shouldn't have been, if you're doing anything for someone, you shouldn't do it with self gratification and showing amongst other people what it is you're doing.
Right. That's why, just like I hate sometimes when some churches be giving food and they're out there giving the food. Now you announce that you're giving out food. That's good. But when they be out there actually giving the food, they on live video. Oh, we're giving food to so and so. We get. Why do you have to show yourself giving the food? Just give it out. You ain't got to show. Oh well, hey, this is Joe. We just met him. He came to get food. And then stop doing that. Just make the announcement. People will show up, and you ain't got to go on live and show people that you're giving out the food. You already announced that you're going to give out the food. Stop doing anything because the Bible even tells us to go without a purse and script or shoes. Just go with the word and go and take whatever people need to them, and don't go to do it for being seen or being self gratification.
D, I appreciate you, man. We got to get ready to get out of here, man. That word was so profound and valid. What we're gonna say tonight is, in closing, we're definitely gonna want to appreciate everybody for taking the time to come out to support the ATL show. Definitely want to give a major shout out to my cousin for making the time in his busy schedule, dealing with what he's dealing with. All my prayers and family's prayers are with you, cuz. See you real soon. Don't be afraid to hit me up on the book. You know how to get in contact with me if you need anything. Definitely want to just thank Miss Remedy, Miss Cole, Monica, and everybody else out there in the ATL world for continually supporting us in everything and facet of things that we do. In closing, I want to just bring to the stage brother from Texas, Mr. D-Lo. Tell them how they can reach you.
You could reach me at apostledelo@gmail.com or at www.delorazzledazzles.com or Twitter Apostle Delo, and IG Apostle Delo, and Facebook Don Allen Low, TikTok and YouTube Delo Productions, and only for business purposes 214-962-8275. I am your local notary public here in the Dallas, Texas area.
All right, thank you for supporting us and coming out on the show tonight, D. Gonna bring
no problem.
The young lady with this juiciest, sweetest cake, south side, north side of the Mason-Dixon. Miss Ju Cake, let them know, baby.
Well, you can get me here Tuesday and Friday, as well as on Facebook. Follow me as Nicole Purse, or on Instagram at Miss Beautiful. TikTok, I'm Miss Juicy Cakes. And I have a website, www.enliven2u.com. That's all.
Cakes juicy. How juicy are your cakes, Miss Juicy?
Oh Lord, D. I'm gonna bring out the boss lady, the originator, the original T, Tyson's mom, Miss Tayama. Sweetness, Harry.
No, she did.
Donata, give it to her.
Okay, Tayama Sweetness,
Do it
Harry.
for me, Tyson tripping.
Tyson Mama. You can find her on IG at Tayama01, on Facebook at Tayama.Copeland1, Just-in-Time Accessories at gmail.com, or www.justintimeaccessories. And only for business purposes, 954-873-6659.
All righty, we appreciate you.
Oh, Antonio said, love and praises from men. Oh, man. Bless you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Bless you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. All right. We're gonna bring the boss man out.
Bring him out.
Bring him out. The one and only, the one that is a pain in my ass. I just, ooh, let me breathe. My
No, he's
blood.
not a pain here. He a boil on your ass.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah,
That hurts.
yeah. It's a
Right
boil on
there.
your ass.
Right there. Yeah. Can't even wipe with it.
Yeah, Lord.
The one who makes it possible for us to come out and be able to participate on this platform, we greatly appreciate you for doing that. For all of us on here, you know, we say it every week, but you know we mean it every day. The one and only, Mr. Anthony Brown. Coming to the stage, boss man.
What's up? My name is Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social medias. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under The Anthony Brown Show. Follow my Facebook page, which is Anthony the Writer. And I also say wholeheartedly, I live by, you got to grind until you shine. And for business purposes only, you can reach me at 561-768-3710. And again, I'd like to thank everyone who contributed to the Cash App. Thank you.
All right. He also does notary in the Palm Beach area, fingerprinting. What else? It sells perfume and oils, and notary. He does power of attorneys, cheaper than what normally is being done. Living wills, things like that, healthcare, surrogate. So therefore, you know, please call him and put that money in his hand. We need that.
Amen.
That money grease that palm.
All right, all right. And me, y'all know who I am. I am Legacy the Great. And you can reach me on Facebook up under our Dream Williams. You can reach me on YouTube, Antonio Williams. And you can also reach me on my email address, legacyunlocked@mail.com. Businesses purposes only. Please give me a call at 229-630-7615. In closing tonight, I just want to reflect back to the relationship with the young lady who was her friend is incarcerated. People, everybody is human and everybody is entitled to make mistakes. Let's not condemn and let's not continue to not love because someone is in a harder place and position than we are at this moment. Always remember, we are only 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So therefore, if you was in that situation, you would definitely want somebody to continually love you, give you hope and affection in a dark place where no one else do. Cuz I love you, boy. I can't wait to see you. ATL ho!
ATL, they're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, T7, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best at this shit, that's fact. Y'all, and there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay, I'm the best you ever catch, just fell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if it comes with 28, then shit get gritty. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Either dead on the scene, since you wanna be actors. It's the message. I'm talking open L's and things. The schools over feeling foggy. I'll be patient and waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one, just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. I'm on against team. Once when you ready to lose. The game, the street, the zone is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from me rappers. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot. I'm at my spot.
ATL, ho.
All right.